don't become the mechanic or just become the button pusher. Just be the strategist.
High CPCs are not the enemy, low quality traffic is.
There is no point to pay for even the cheaper CPC. But if we are paying for the higher CPC and eventually they are becoming our client, so it means we are winning the situation. Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Erum, founder of Fuel Digital. And today's conversation is one I have genuinely been looking forward to. So, we are talking about Google Ads strategy in the era of AI. To dig into this properly, I couldn't think of a better person to bring on than my guest today, Jyll Saskin. Jyll spent 6 years inside Google. She is the host of Inside Google Ads podcast, a best-selling author, and she is currently ranked the number one most influential PPC expert in the industry. If anyone can tell us where the human still fits into all this automation, it's her. So let's get into it. Jyll, welcome to the show. How are you? And thank you so much for taking out some of your precious time for me.
I'm doing well, thank you. It's Monday morning here in
Yeah.
Toronto, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you today.
Yeah, that's so nice of you. So nice of you. Yeah. Okay, so here is the Jyll. So Jyll, what is your point of view about the strategy that media buyer should adopt in the era of AI? Because we are listening and hearing so much about the AI shifting. So what is your take off on it?
My first take is that AI is not new in Google Ads. Smart bidding has been around for more than a decade now. It's really just the rest of the world that is coming around to AI, and people are starting to say, oh, AI can manage your ads for you and write your ads for you and do your job for you. And in my opinion and expertise, that is not the case. So I think really the thing to focus on is how you can bring your unique expertise and data to AI in order to achieve the best results. So, for example, having full funnel conversion tracking, bringing your customer data in, and using AI like a little thing on your shoulder helping you out, but not coming to the forefront trying to replace you.
Yeah, so like I also think about AI already has been in the Google for the past some years, but I think like something is getting easy for ourselves. Like we are shifting from manual work to the more automated task, and this is something that I don't think like it is not in the favor of the media buyer. It is something that I think like at the moment we can handle more number of customers than we used to handle before. So, what do you think about it?
I always say it's not about manual versus automation. Automation is one. It just has. So now it's about what are the manual controls that we need to give the automation to guide it. So, like in the past, in 2013, when I first started using AdWords, as it was called then, you picked every single keyword. There were no close variants. So, like a plural would be a different keyword than the non plural version. You set a manual bid for everyone. You had to completely control what Google did with your ads on the SERP, the search engine results page, so that the thing you wanted to happen next, conversion, purchase, etc., would happen. And now that's completely flipped. Instead, we need to give the automation the leeway to figure out what to do on that SERP. And the way we do that without it lighting all of our money on fire is by telling it what we want to happen afterwards, by feeding in the conversion data, the customer data, the right bid strategy, etc. So I think this duality of manual versus automation is kind of outdated at this point. Right now, it's just about shifting the control we have so that we can work with the automation rather than fighting it. Because look, if you try to fight automation, you're going to lose, right? The ship has sailed. So let's get on board, in my opinion.
Yes, 100% I agree with it. So, like as we are moving towards more of the broad match, because, like from the next year, February, DSA will also will be obsolete and it would be replacing with the AI map. So I think like everything is getting AI, even search is getting AI, performance max, it was already the AI. So, I mean, how do you see? And, yeah, there's another point is since people are more shifting toward the AI mode, people are getting answers from the Google's is the default search engine page from the AI mode. So this is more about the conversation, less than about the result that they just see. I mean, like you can say the R query has been bigger now, and it has shifted from 3 to 4 words to the whole conversation, to the whole answer. So how do you see what strategy people, I mean the media buyer should adopt in order to fit into to get the favorable result for their customer or for their own business, because everything is shifting towards the conversation style and the AI thing.
My advice is to test till you can figure out how to make these AI features work for you. That's not saying everyone needs to use Performance Max and AI Max right now, but you want to figure out how to get these campaign types and features working for you. And if they're not working for you today, which to be fair, for many businesses, especially smaller businesses or B2B, that doesn't work now, and you need exact match keywords to get the results you need today. Fair, that'll still work today, but I think we all know, I mean, keywords are arguably already dead, but what we have left of keywords is exact match, close variants and all, and it's going to be going away as much as it, already has in the past. So if that's all that works for you, fine, do what works for you, but don't just stop there. I think it's really irresponsible as a Google Ads manager to say, well, I tried AI Max, I tried PMax, it didn't work, I'm sticking with exact match and I'm done now. Okay, stick with exact match, but keep testing and iterating. Why didn't it work for you? And how can you try to work with the system to make it work? Do you need to leverage audiences? Do you need to leverage micro conversions? Do you need to test different bidding? Do you need to improve your creative? Do you need to improve your landing page? Do you need a better offer? And on and on and on and on and on, right? So I would say you need to continue to test, because although things like exact match might work today, if you use exact match, you are not eligible to show ads in AI mode or AI overviews. And although that's a small portion of searches today, we know it's going to grow. So the analogy I like to give is, you're the frog sitting in the pot of water and the stove has just turned on. So the water's still comfortable today. It still works, but that water's getting hotter and hotter and hotter. And at some point it will boil. So stay in the pot till it gets a little warmer, fine, but make sure you hop out before you get boiled.
But like if we talk about the exact match keyword strategy, so we already observed that Google does not match exactly. Basically,
No,
it matches the intent now. So I mean, like the days has gone where the exact match was the exact match. Now it is not the exactly match. So since whatever the keyword type we choose, I mean, the most sophisticated or more controlled category is exact match, and now it has not been it has not been more the exact match. Basically Google show our ads on the basis of intent, right? So it means ultimately we are shifting towards the broad, right? So Google just labeling it the exact, but I don't think like it is the exact right now. So
No,
if
the
we
definitions changed in 2020. Oh, sorry. The definitions changed in 2021. So again, people who are like, I wish exact match was still exact. It's like, you're already 5 years out of date. Move on. Okay. Like, what's the point? Okay, you can wish that in your head, but wishing doesn't make it so. So let's move forward with how things are working now.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like if this is the case and this is the reality, so I think there is no point like we move toward AI Max or anything that relates to the AI. So it is in our best favor if we start testing the broad match, because ultimately everything would be like this. And if I talk about like the AI thing and the automation part from the Google, what is your opinion about the account foundation? I just want
The
to
account
have your
foundation is the most
opinion. Yeah,
important part. Yeah, the foundation is the most important part, and it's the unsexiest part. When people talk about Google Ads, they want to talk about keywords and ads and AI Max and PMax, but the most important part, and the part that my Google Ads coaching clients often struggle with the most, is that foundation. If you just start building your house on a piece of land with no foundation, your house will fall down, and it's the same with your Google Ads account. And so to me, that foundation of your account has three components, two that I think are obvious and one that's maybe not as obvious. The first is conversion tracking. And that alone is a topic that could be a whole episode in its own.
yeah.
But conversion tracking, full funnel conversion tracking. So for e-commerce, you want to purchase. For lead generation, you want at least a qualified lead, if not a full closed customer, money in bank. And then the second piece of your foundation is your customer data. Just uploading your customer list into Google Ads makes everything else in your account smarter. It powers smart bidding, it powers optimized targeting. If you're in a restricted industry, fair enough, but as long as you're not, upload your customer data. And then the third C that I'm actually seeing more and more as a foundation of your account is your creative, the thing you're actually saying to the end user. Because all this conversion data and targeting, and that's all behind the scenes. All the end user sees at the end of the day is your ad. And then if they click on it, your landing page. And so if that's not appealing enough to them, nothing else matters. And so your creative, the words you're saying, the offer itself, I also consider to be the third piece of that core foundation. If you're not selling someone something that people want to buy, they're not going to buy it, no matter how good your conversion data is.
Agree. So, like it's all about the offer. Like if our offer, I mean, like I just, I mean, this is just for the context. We were discussing in a Facebook ad group, and it was my instance what I told them. Like if an offer is good, a mediocre media buyer can outperform with any marketing channel, right? But if offer is not good, I mean, if offer is creepy, I mean, like the most talented media buyer cannot help the business owner or the business to leverage any marketing channel. And yeah, if we talk about the foundation, so foundation also have two parts. I mean, one part stays within the marketing channel, right? Whether it's a Google or any other marketing channel. And the other thing is the business side. I mean, what problem they are solving, what is their offer, how people can get the benefit from it. So yeah, so this is something really important. And people should understand this is something like, I think like if we fix our offer, so we can get the heaviest part of the marketing side. So the only part that is left is only to execute everything. That's it. So what do you
That's
think
absolutely
about it?
right.
Yeah.
And two great examples of this, I've had two clients recently at opposite ends of the spectrum. So one Google Ads coaching client came to me. He runs an agency and was really struggling with a client. And I can't reveal the industry because it's so super
No,
niche, but
no problem.
essentially it was a B2B product that he was trying to sell B2C because the client wanted him to. There was just no demand for this product B2C. Nobody wanted it. And so no matter what he did, it wasn't working. He came to me and I was like, look, like we looked at a lot of different factors to determine this, website conversion rate and search demand. I was like, people don't want to buy this. No matter what you do, you can't force people to buy something they don't need. Then at the other end of the spectrum, I have a newer Google Ads coaching client. He invented this new product in the pet space, and it was selling so well. And at first he was just doing search. And I said, you should really start shopping ads. And he's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, just run shopping, please. And he's been run shopping, I think not even for 2 months now. And he's already selling 3 of these products a day at double the ROAS he needs. Like it's doing so, so, so well. And he thinks I'm a genius. And I say to him every call we have, I'm like, I know you think I'm great, but you're the genius who invented this product that people really want. I'm just helping you show it to people. But like your product is the thing doing it. And I think not enough media buyers have the humility to know when their great results are often due to their client, but also when their terrible results can also sometimes be due to the client. So it really does need to be a partnership.
Yeah, and what is your opinion about the audience targeting? Because like Google is shifting the audience in a more broader way. Like if we talk about the demand gen, so we can add so many layers in it. So what is the best strategy to utilize the audience in terms? If I talk about the YouTube ads, or because like if we run ads in YouTube, so we have to create a particular audience and we can layer it in a multiple way. Similarly the demand gen, so what is your opinion about the best use case of those audiences?
I mean, I wrote a whole book about audience targeting. It's a bestseller on Amazon. So that would definitely be the place to know the best audience targeting strategy. There is no one audience targeting strategy that works for everyone. So I think what I will say instead is one type of audience that I think is really underutilized, especially in demand gen, is the custom segment. And this is something really unique to Google Ads. I mean, you can do it in Microsoft, but you can't do this in like TikTok ads or Instagram ads or anything else. And it's taking what people searched for and turning that into an audience. So let's say you're in some kind of B2B niche where search CPCs are $60. Not unusual, right? So you can take all those best search terms that are really expensive in search and then build a custom segment, which is an audience of people who have searched for that. And then show those exact same people ads, but just in a different moment, not at the moment of search, where CPCs may be $1 instead of $60. And so in a demand gen campaign, this is called a custom segment. In a video campaign, it has a different name. It's called a custom search terms, but it's the same thing. And then, of course, in PMAX, where you have signals only, you could use these as search themes. But if you do this in demand gen and you have optimized targeting turned off, then this is true audience targeting. And I still think it's one of the most underrated tactics as a complement to search strategies.
Yes, yes. I also have been advocating the same strategy to my clients. In fact, I have been using it for my own business as well, the custom audiences. And it really works amazing if we combine them with the good creative. I mean, like the creative that speak by itself, right? So yeah, it is a combination of everything, like the targeting, the creative, and the offer itself, right? Right. So, um, okay. So, anything important that you want to share in this podcast?
Well, I am really enjoying our conversation. And I think if folks love learning about Google Ads, they should subscribe to my channel as well. I'm the Google Pro on YouTube, and I post new episodes every Thursday as part of my Inside Google Ads podcast. So I love getting into the weeds and details about understanding how Google Ads actually works versus just saying, touch this button, don't touch that button.
Yeah, I think in my own term, what I say, don't become the mechanic, or just become the button pusher. Just be the strategist. I mean, like if you are pushing a button, you should know the reason why you are clicking that particular button, and you also should know what result you would be getting right after when you push that button. So if you know everything about the mechanism of any of the option that is available in Google Ads, so it is something that makes any media buyer valuable. I mean, it segregate or it differentiate people from being the commodity. I mean, to an expert.
Absolutely. And that's why, my main business is Google Ads coaching. So people book one-on-one calls with me to help, so I can help them solve their Google Ads challenges. And I would say when I have business owner clients and we get started together, I always say, do you want to know how the sausage gets made, or do you just want the sausage? Meaning, do you want me to just tell you what buttons to push, or do you want to understand why? And sometimes they say, no, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. Fair. And sometimes they really want to understand. But if my client is someone who offers Google Ads services, like their main business is Google Ads, whether they're an in-house marketer, freelancer, agency, then we always do how the sausage gets made. Like I ensure that I'm explaining how. And if they want to skip through, I'll push back. Like, no, I'm not just going to tell you a button to push. You need to understand why. Because tomorrow you're going to be, or next year, you're going to be working on a different account, come across a similar challenge, and you need to know how to solve for that. And that really resonates with some people and doesn't resonate with others. But helpfully for me, that sort of makes my clients self-selecting of who chooses to work with me.
Yes, yes. I mean, like it is something that differentiate a mediocre media buyer into a strategist one. I mean, who understand each and every business. And I think when we understand the why behind any marketing channel, so every business become very easy for us, because we only need to understand the business and we already know the tactics and the everything within the marketing channel. So irrespective of the business, like if we work with multi niches or multi sort of business, multiple industries, so it does not become any hard for us to work for them or to provide them the good result, because we already have understood how the mechanism work for the particular marketing channel. So yes, this is something really great.
That's
Okay.
exactly right.
Yeah. So, what do you see? I mean, what changes do you expect in future? Because every year Google surprises us with the more updates and more updates. So, do you see in near future everything will be handled by the Google, and we only would be putting three things, the landing page and the creatives and the something else that Google wants from us to put in? What do you think? Because
Few years ago, if you had asked me that, I would have said yes. But I think it's really interesting to observe what's been happening with Performance Max. Because Performance Max was announced in 2021, came out in 2022. It was initially totally a black box, very close to what you're describing. Just give us your landing page and your budget and we'll figure it out. And over the ensuing years, Google has totally backtracked. Last year at Google Marketing Live, they gave us essentially full transparency into PMAX, search terms and asset reporting and audience reporting and on and on and on. And then now they're starting to give us more controls, which I know it's unpopular to say, but like, I don't want it. Like, we can now exclude search partners and display from Performance Max campaigns. I'd seen people talking about it, but I've seen it myself in an account now. And although I generally hate display and hate search partners, I just think the whole vision of PMAX, which is what you described, right? Just give us your budget, landing page, let us figure it out, has gone away. Google's really backed off of that, which I find interesting. So keywords as we know them are already dead. Will we continue to still be able to use keywords, exact match with variants and all in the future? I don't think so. I think that is going away. I think we are going to just appear AI Max, demand gen, PMAX, world. But the role of the media buyer in that environment, I actually think is becoming more important than ever, because when there are fewer direct controls we can do, it actually makes it a lot harder. Because if Google Ads is working well with all this automation, then great. But often what happens in the early days of these AI is it's not working well. And then you have way fewer levers to try to fix that. And so for me personally, with my coaching and courses, like, my business is booming more than ever with all this increased AI, and that's good for me. But unfortunately, I actually think it just makes Google Ads a lot harder to manage, not easier. And I think that's what a lot of people are getting wrong about AI. They think it makes Google Ads a lot easier, when in fact, it makes it more complex, and you actually need more expertise to continue to scale with Google Ads.
I think, like, in my point of view, I think the foundation was always the important part in Google Ads. But as we are evolving in the age of AI, so it has become crucial, because we are very limited to operate within the system. But if we, I mean, like, it's all about signals now. Like what Google itself explained it, like, the performance depends on the signal. And what are signals? Signal is something that what accounts are based on. I mean, like, what signals or what foundation we have put into the account. So this is something, like, obviously a human can handle, not any machine or not any software can handle it. So yeah, you are 100% right. Like, the necessity of a human is become very crucial, because we as a human decide the foundation and define the foundation part of the marketing channel like Google Ads. And on the basis of that particular foundation, that particular input, Google decides what to give them back after the ad spend. Yeah. So I think, like, by the passage of time, it has become crucial for a human to see, like, where everything is going and how to control these things.
And I think the key, I'll add to that because I agree, is when things are going well, fine. But the moment something is not working well, that's where the human is really needed, because if AI could fix that, it would fix that and things would just work well on their own. And so that's the key. It's actually the largest companies I work with, the ones who spend millions and millions a year on ads, that have it easiest, because they really can just provide their budget and their conversion tracking and be off. And they have whole teams, but like, that could work in that scenario. It's the smaller advertisers, the more complex advertisers, the sensitive categories, the B2B, the ones who struggle. Those are the ones where the human touch is needed more than ever, because if AI could do it, it would, but it can't. And so here we are.
Exactly. Here we are. Okay, so what should be the lesson that you will provide to the people who would be watching this video? I mean, like, what would be the golden nuggets from you for this podcast?
Oh, my golden nugget that I love to share is high CPCs are not the enemy, low quality traffic is. There are too many practitioners and business owners who still focus on, oh no, my CPCs are getting higher, something's going wrong, it's terrible, what am I going to do? And that can be a diagnostic tool. CPCs can absolutely tell us something, but CPCs don't put money in your bank account. CPA or ROAS tells you about the money going into your bank account. So high CPCs are not the enemy. low quality traffic is. It's always worth it to pay more for traffic that's actually going to convert. Cheap traffic is cheap for a reason.
Yeah, that is so awesome, Jill. I mean, like this is the advice or this is a lesson every media buyer should ponder on it, because we only crave for the cheapest traffic just to save the ad spend and just to become the hero in front of our customer. But obviously, in the end, if they are not converting, they are not become our customer. They are not paying to us. I mean, like they are not becoming our clients. So there is no point to pay for even the cheaper CPC. But if we are paying for the higher CPC and eventually they are becoming our client, so it means we are winning the situation. Okay, so thank you so much, Jill, for taking out your time and the golden nugget that you have shared with us. And I hope like we, all of us, will take a great benefit from this conversation from you. Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much for inviting me to speak with you today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.